Hello and welcome to another edition of The Nation. I'm Jared Ratnam. At the tender age of 15, Cathryn Anila gravitated towards the world of activism, educating young teenagers on internet safety. Now, Cathryn has attended several ASEAN-level conferences and forums as a youth representative, and she went there to talk about issues facing children online and has given her input on creating a safer digital world. Now, what's special about this is today is the 6th of December. She turns 18 tomorrow and she heads into the world of adulthood, or at least some of us think that 18 brings you to adulthood, but a lot of people have a different take on this. We'll find out what Cathryn's take is. Cathryn, welcome to the show. It's a pleasure.
Hello.
And an honor to have you here. It's very odd that you're celebrating your birthday tomorrow and you're here at a TV station prepping for this. You should be prepping for your 18th birthday.
Well, this is part of it.
This is part of it. Now, you started activism at the age of 15.
12, actually.
At 12, okay.
Yeah.
Why did you do it? Or how did you get into it?
It was not planned, actually. Not planned at all. So I went for this one workshop on... it was just a workshop to get to know what children's rights is. It was organized by UNICEF, Childline and all. It was it was building up to a national forum which happened in 2012 in conjunction with World Children's Day. So when I went for that workshop and I got to know that child rights exists in paper in black and white, it's a convention.
Something resonated within you from that workshop.
Yeah, I actually felt like as a child I have the responsibility to contribute to the betterment of the world. And so, I don't know, you can say it's a passion or it is a call. You know, it's like I felt responsible. And
so it started from this workshop, then it cascaded into something else. Who inspired you within that workshop or outside of that workshop to carry on doing what you're doing?
I think it is family, actually, because...
You think, you're not sure?
Family.
Family, yeah.
Because I was brought up in a family where the value of being of service to humanity is very much inculcated in all of us.
Give me some examples.
Examples of...
this being inculcated through your family and in your family.
So...
what is it that you do within your family or your family has done as a unit in order to give you this insight or this paradigm shift in life?
So we're actually we're Baha'is. So as we grow up, we, like I said just now, the responsibility, right? So as noble beings, yeah, that's a picture of my family.
Beautiful picture.
It's a huge family.
It is a huge family.
So it's just in all of us that as we grow up, we service is like in the middle. It's like the center of our lives, and
so
everything
the centrality of your family is service towards humanity, mankind.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. So that's why, like, a few examples can be like we don't just do it on our own, but we also empower people around us, let's say our neighborhood and all, and we all do it together. So like there's one example which I can give is we also have empowerment programs, spiritual empowerment programs at home and all. And so we have this one particular program, the Junior Youth Spiritual Empowerment Program, where a group of us young people aged 11 to 15, so we were actually studying a text, a book. And what happened was we were quite restless doing it at home, so we went to the playground in front of my house. And when we went there, 3 out of 6 of us had our legs pierced by glass pieces.
Shards of glass, yeah.
So then we could have just left it, you know, we could have just been like, oh, okay. But then one of them, they said, you know, Akka, we have to do something about this. You know, it's our taman. And then we thought that, you know, since it's our playground, we have the responsibility to make change.
Right.
And so we came together, pulled my whiteboard out, and then we just drew what was the reality of the playground, and then after that we drew what we wanted.
Right.
What should be changed.
So this is the whiteboard of yours you're talking about?
Yes.
It's a lovely looking whiteboard. Okay,
really?
so you put together a plan on this whiteboard.
Yeah,
okay.
and then we also collaborated with our Rukun Tetangga, who got a representative from the Majlis Perbandaran to come over to look at our plan and to make it reality.
Okay, in a nutshell, what was the plan?
The plan was, so the plan was...
It was quite an extensive plan, you forgot.
Yeah, okay, so one important thing we did was to include spotlights around so that, drunkards won't be there.
Right.
So to include spotlights, and then, to clean it up, and then to change the slides and all, because some of it were already like old and broken. And we also wanted a proper football goalpost.
Right, so all that happened, all that materialized after you came up with an action plan on your whiteboard.
Yeah, but it's not fully done yet.
It's not fully done. It's still
in the process.
In the process of happening. So it's happening in stages. Tell you what, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to find out a little bit more about your life. You turn 18 tomorrow. We want to know your story right here on The Nation. Stay with us. We'll be back just after a short break.
Gain insights from the people with the capacity to translate vision into reality. Interviews with corporate leaders. Only on BNC.
Waspada dalam talian. Sedar akan status sosial dan tingkatkan tahap keselamatan peranti anda. Aktifkan kata kunci bagi menjawab dan melindungi nombor PIN anda. Jangan buka mesej daripada orang yang tidak dikenali. Amalkan sikap berhati-hati. Lindungi diri anda, keluarga dan mereka yang anda sayangi. Keselamatan anda, tanggungjawab bersama.
Hello and welcome back to The Nation. Jared Ratnam with you. We're speaking to Cathryn Anila. We're introducing her to Malaysia. She's done a lot of good work for the country. She turns 18 tomorrow, which means she's no more a child. But she's been doing a lot of work with regards to children in Malaysia. One in particular is cyber grooming. Now, you've been talking about it, bringing about a lot of awareness. Is there enough awareness in Malaysia with regards to cyber grooming?
Is there enough awareness? I don't know, but if you were to ask me, I think not. I think not, because you see, cyber grooming itself, the word grooming itself shows that it is done very seamlessly and it is not very obvious. So like, if you ask teenagers and children who are already on social media and all, maybe they might have the awareness, but that doesn't mean they're empowered to...
But where do you draw the line? Okay, cyber grooming is, coercing someone into doing something they don't know about. But, you also hear of cases of older people who fall in love with younger people. And the case of Romeo and Juliet, there are many stories like that, but in different ages. Yeah. So how do you tell the difference? How do you define this? Cyber grooming.
Cyber grooming itself, it's like if you were to exploit another person.
Exploit, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So if you like child sexual grooming, that is quite specific. It talks about grooming children online.
Right.
To,
because I think all of us are talking about cyber grooming, but most of us don't actually know what it is. So hence why I'm asking for sort of an explanation. So for those of us who don't know, we kind of are on the bandwagon as to understanding what this is.
Cyber grooming doesn't only happen to children, like in terms of like adults also. Like for example, scams. Like you trust a person, your Facebook friend or a friend online, and then they ask you to bank in money, and then you bank in money, and then they go missing. So those are also, you can say it's cyber grooming as well, because they groom you into trusting them.
Right, but if we put this into a list of priorities, children would come first, isn't it? Because it is scary to know that children are being groomed.
Yeah.
And of the cases you've heard of learned, can you give us a couple of examples of stories that you've heard?
Maybe I can give you the documentary series, what Rage came up with as part of the campaign.
Rage has done some good work in Malaysia. Huh?
Yeah. So Rage, along with UNICEF, Women, Girls, and few other organizations. This was in 2016.
Right.
So they started off the campaign with #ReplyForAll. So that's where I was on board as well. And after that, what they did was actually to go undercover as just young 15-year-old girls and all on WeChat and all. And then they just started attracting cyber groomers. And then after that, they study the strategy. They also worked with PDRM to study the strategy of how these cyber groomers actually talk to children and what are their strategies to make children trust them and all. And then after that, they actually documented the whole thing about how they go and meet the person, and then the predators, they very openly they share, like, I've done this before, I've all kinds of scary things lah. And then
has it ever happened to you?
To me,
have people ever tried?
They've tried. Yeah, they've tried.
And you knew? Were you aware?
Yeah.
Okay, how would they try?
Okay, extreme cases can be like, I just randomly receive a video call on Facebook from, I don't know who, there's no mutual friends, no one. But then they, there's like a video call, and then I didn't answer, and then after they sent pictures. And my mom was right beside me, and she was like, what's there?
Right.
Yeah, that was extreme cases. Others could be even friends, even friends where they talk to you, like maybe school seniors, they talk to you, and then they start showing signs of interest in a particular thing.
Right.
So you just know you have to stay away.
So then when you were about 15, you brought about Vanguards4Change.
I actually brought it like this year.
Oh, this year, it just started this year. So I'm getting all my dates wrong. I'm not very good in history.
When I was 16, I actually started with SOS, Surf Online Safely.
Okay, I'm not very wrong then.
Yeah, that one was actually, I wanted to have outreach sessions. I wanted to go and talk to more people, talk to more children about children's rights, and their rights online, and their responsibilities online.
So I don't know if you can up the sound on this. Apparently you're speaking Mandarin here.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you
That's
can.
actually my Chinese school.
Okay, let's listen to this. Okay, that certainly looks like you're totally engaged with the kids, speaking in Mandarin.
That's actually my school. So I just went there. I told the headmistress. I just said, okay, I want to have a session with your children. Maybe like.
可以
吗? Yeah, so it was like standard 5, standard 6, and then they said they got me like 300 standard 6 children. So I felt that's better because that is the age where, when they're about to leave school, they want to keep contact with their friends. That's when they have the opportunity to use social media and all. So then they allowed lah. So that was when I started. So when I wanted to start having that outreach sessions, I had to think of a name.
Right.
So that's when I thought Surf Online Safely would be good because that is what I'm trying to, that's the message I'm trying to give. And so when I did that, right, I also made sure that I didn't want to seem like just another teacher or another pencerama to stand there, hold the mic and talk. So that's why...
You didn't want to go there and bore people like a sexual predator will usually you didn't want to do that.
Yeah,
you wanted it to be interactive.
So that was actually
the vortex.
First few minutes of the video actually where I asked them to talk, and then after a point I was actually sitting down with them.
Right. Oh, you were sitting down with them. So you kind of got into their vortex, and you were sort of able to engage with them. Right. So from there. Things moved on. You went on to bigger and better things. Vanguards4Change. Okay, so what is Vanguards4Change?
Okay, Vanguards4Change is actually the word vanguard means to be in the forefront, to lead a movement or something like that.
Right.
So what happened was because of all these little things that I was involved in, I also believed in accompaniment. So it's like I can't do it alone. So I also accompany a few of my friends, my cousins, and all to also follow along this journey. So and also I post it on social media so that those who are...
Has it been gaining traction on social media?
Yes, it has. So like I've got many friends who live a bit further away, like in Semenye and all, and they are not within the city centre, and also they can't really come. So it's through social media.
But they understand your thing, and they want to groove with your thing. So it's sort of happening, Vanguards for Change. Now, basically, what does Vanguards for Change do?
So it's actually like after I finished SPM, I just posted on my Insta story. I said, guys, anyone who's interested, just hit me up. And then I created a WhatsApp group, and then we were like, okay, let's name ourselves something. And then we named ourselves Vanguards for Change. And then we thought we'll make it into a registered NGO.
Right.
Yeah, so what we do is basically the same thing. The tagline we use is accompany to empower. So the best way to empower others is to accompany them. So what we started doing is to have outreach sessions, like similar to what I did in school, but that was when I was doing it on my own, like the school video just now. But then after that, as Vanguards for Change, we also conducted...
Now you have your own posse and trying to make this whole change thing bigger. I tell you what, we're going to take another short break, and when we come back, we're going to try to have her empower us. Of course, I'm sure she has a message from Malaysia. We're going to come back with that shortly, right here on The Nation. Stay with us.
Dalam kekalutan, manusia sanggup lakukan apa sahaja. 365 hari, pasti ada yang akan diberkas. Setiap hari Ahad, 9.30 malam, hendak hanya di Bernama News Channel.
Hello and welcome back to The Nation. We're currently speaking to Cathryn Anila. She's done a lot of work from the time she was 12, trying to make people understand about certain things in the country, empowering people. Now she's going to turn 18 tomorrow, and we're just trying to get her thoughts of an 18-year-old or soon to be 18-year-old. She's going to be on the electoral list. That's going to be very exciting for you. What bugs you about what you see in the country right now?
I think that it's quite evident that what we all as Malaysians yearn for is unity. So what bugs me is to see that there is no unity per se.
Right.
Yeah.
Online, social media, there's a lot of conversations happening with your generations. Oh, sorry, with your generation. What are they telling you? They talk to you, isn't it?
Yeah. I think many of us were just confused. We don't know which source to trust, what is happening. Like, we also want to be part of change, but we don't know how to be part. So that's why, like, when I look at it, right, then and again, it's spaces for participation. That's what we're looking for. So if you ask for our generation, no doubt we are going to be voters in the future.
Spaces for participation or feeling entitled? Which one is that?
Both, actually.
Yeah.
Entitlement. Yeah. To feel entitled, we also need to participate.
Okay.
Yeah. So, that's what I was saying, to have spaces for participation.
So how do you hope to achieve this? Now that you're turning 18, you're going to be an adult soon. Do you have bigger plans? You started with SOS, Vanguards for Change. Is there something else in the pipeline?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, you're going to fill all of us in on this? Or you're just going to nod your head on national TV?
No. Okay, I'll tell you. So, we have the idea of having a child parliament. So we thought of having it structured, like to have it... Like, I spoke about empowerment, I spoke about spaces for participation. So to have a space for children to participate from the district, from the taman actually, from their rukun tetangga up to a parliament, because a parliament means there's representation from every segment of society, from everywhere. It goes across the borders of city, of internet and all. So we get from all children from all backgrounds.
Okay, you get children from all backgrounds. But once you get them together, you have your own parliament.
We get their voice heard.
Okay, get their voice heard. And what do you plan to do with it? Now, getting your voice heard is one thing. There must be some kind, how you're going to move it forward so the actual parliament understands where these grouses are coming from, where these problems are coming from.
Well, as children, okay, so there's this quote where it says, regard man as a mind rich in gems of inestimable value. Education can alone cause it to reveal its treasures and enable mankind to benefit therefrom.
You speak to me like you're speaking to a 2-year-old.
Yeah, okay, so what it says is actually we are like gems of inestimable value, and when we have education, we are able to reveal, our treasures and all. So that's why if we are given the space, that empowerment, if we were to educate all children and then empower them, then definitely. Oh, that's the quote. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a quote. Oh my. I mean, Vino is doing a fantastic job behind the scenes. Okay, that's the quote, and that's you behind the camera.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
this is the quote. Okay, so.
Actually, go and advocate this. That was in Philippines, actually.
Okay, you said this in the Philippines. Okay, as you were explaining, and before you got excited about the picture.
Yeah. So I forgot what I was saying.
You're right. Okay. So you're saying something about the quote. And
Okay, got it. So education. So that is when we have children who are able to, they have the education, they know what they're talking, and then you get their voices heard, they can also contribute.
Right.
We are talking about Malaysia Baru here, so it shouldn't just be the same stakeholders. When we talk about child rights, we need to include children, right? So when we talk about Malaysia consists of everyone.
Right.
And so we need to get everybody's voices heard.
Right. You went to a system of education that changed and changed again and changed again. I'm sure you remember that, isn't it? Yeah, it's very vivid in your mind. What do you hope to see with regards to education for your friends who are still in school?
In regards to education, one of the recommendations that we came up with in our outreach sessions was to have education based on merit. Based on merit and not quota, because. Like one example that I can give is that after you finish Form 3, you have to go to either science stream or art stream, right? Many who want to go to art stream are forced to stay in science because of the 60-40 quota, 60% in science and 40% in arts.
Right. Do you think there should be these streams? Do you think
I think the streams
make sense?
Yeah, it does make sense because it gives you the education that you need for whatever career you want to choose. But that also reflects, it is the child's future that we are talking about. Like within the schools, it happens where the teacher say, "Oh no, you scored an A for your chemistry, your physics. Why do you want to go to art stream?" But then probably that person wants to do law, and that person cannot do law in University Malaya if they are not in art stream. So stuff like this happens.
Right. And what else do you hope for with regards to education for the younger people?
I guess that and a holistic kind of education where it is not only focused on academics. Of course, there are curricular activities which are mainly sports, but there needs to be more, and it shouldn't always be like based on what grades you get.
Right. So
I think it's a mentality that has to change.
Speaking of which, I understand that you're very, very well versed in all the Malaysian languages. Okay, and Tun at this point is talking about unity.
Yeah.
He wants everyone to jump on this unity bandwagon and move forward as a team. So, would you like to end the show by saying something in Mandarin, Bahasa Malaysia, English, and Tamil?
Okay.
Your show. Take it away. I'm going to sit back and relax.
Okay, but I need help with one language.
Okay. Okay.
Is the mic still on?
Yeah, the mic's still on. Yeah.
Give me a proper sentence in Malay, though.
Proper sentence in Malay. Just say whatever you want to say.
Okay, all right. So, I think I'm going to embarrass myself on national TV, but okay, I'm prepared for it.
Let's do it.
So, yeah, in Malay, kita mau Malaysia yang bersatu padu. I think that's it.
Bersatu padu, okay?
Yeah. All right. Okay. So we want a united Malaysia.
Yep.
我们要一个团结的马来西亚 and நம்மளுக்கு ஒற்றுமையான Malaysia வேணும்.
Right. On that note, it was a pleasure and an honor having you here in the studio. Happy 18th birthday for you. And
thank you.
Yeah.
This is probably one of the best birthday gifts, to be on interview with you. My dad would love this.
Thank you very much. It's an honor to have you here, actually. Enjoy your 18th birthday and carry on doing what you do best, which is to empower people. Thank you very much, Cathryn.
Thank you, Gerard.
And thank you for staying with us to find out what it is like to turn 18. Cathryn turns 18 and we wish her all the best right here at the Bernama News Channel. You have a great day ahead. I'm Jared Ratnam, signing out.
Kembali lagi pastinya bersama-sama dengan saya Raifah Zulkifli dan akan menampilkan pelbagai tetamu. Kita ada artis. Kita ada atlet. Kita ada YB.
Tapi sebelum tu kita minum dulu.
Jadi kalau anda nak tahu siapa mereka, mereka boleh masak di dapur ataupun tidak dan ada rahsia-rahsia mereka yang akan kita korek. Anda kena terus bersama-sama dengan Bernama News Channel.
Ni Raza. Kenapa dia sedih sangat? Macam ni, semalam dia dapat satu mesej. Mesej tu kata dia dah menang duit yang banyak. Untuk tebus hadiah tu, Raza kena pindahkan sejumlah duit dulu melalui link yang terdapat dalam mesej tu. Seronok betul Raza. Sampai tak sedar yang link tu bawa dia ke laman web palsu. Tanpa fikir panjang, dia terus log in ke laman web tu. Tak periksa pun laman web tu betul ke tidak. Tiba-tiba, Raza dapat satu mesej daripada pihak bank. Rupa-rupanya, dia dah pindahkan sejumlah duit yang banyak kepada akaun yang tak dikenali. Dia cepat-cepat telefon bank untuk kepastian. Dia diberitahu yang dia mungkin dah jadi mangsa penipuan perbankan internet.
Waspada dalam talian. Sedar akan status sosial dan tingkatkan tahap keselamatan peranti anda. Aktifkan kata kunci bagi menjawab dan melindungi nombor PIN anda. Jangan buka mesej daripada orang yang tidak dikenali. Amalkan sikap berhati-hati. Lindungi diri anda, keluarga dan mereka yang anda sayangi. Keselamatan anda, tanggungjawab bersama.
Assalamualaikum dan salam hormat. Buletin bernama semuanya tentang anda.
Polis menahan 3 lagi individu untuk membantu siasatan kes kekecohan di Kuil Seri Maha Mariaman USJ25 Subang Jaya Selangor minggu lepas, menjadikan jumlah yang ditahan meningkat kepada 102 individu setakat 8 pagi Khamis. Ketua Polis Selangor, Datuk Mazlan Mansor berkata, ketiga-tiga individu berkenaan ditahan di sekitar Selangor antara malam semalam sehingga pagi tadi.
Sipil sekarang ni tangkapan sehingga 8 pagi tadi 102 yang telah ditangkap. Jadi pecahan dia ialah 49 Melayu, India 44, Cina 1 dan India Muslim 8. That's latest. Sehingga 8 pagi tadi.
Insiden itu turut berkaitan dengan unsur jenayah menyebabkan kecederaan parah kepada seorang anggota bomba, Muhammad Adib Muhammad Kasim, yang kini dirawat di Institut Jantung Negara, selain kemusnahan 23 kenderaan yang dibakar perusuh, kerusakan sebuah bangunan serta gangguan kepada ketenteraman awam. Ketika ditanya sama ada polis akan mengambil keterangan Muhammad Adib, Mazlan berkata pihaknya sedang menunggu kebenaran daripada IJN. Sementara itu, Datuk Mazlan turut memaklumkan 2 kaki tangan syarikat pemaju yang ditahan sebelum ini telah dibebaskan dengan jaminan bond pada 4.45 petang semalam. Sementara mengulas perkembangan siasatan polis ke atas Ekskos Selangor, Bernama Batirau berhubung kenyataannya mengenai insiden kekecohan itu, Datuk Mazlan berkata kertas siasatan akan dirujuk kepada Timbalan Pendakwa Raya dalam masa terdekat.
That's latest. Ya, dari sudut siasatan ni saya boleh mengesahkan bahawa rakaman percakapan telah kita ambil dan kita akan melengkap pengawasan siasatan untuk dirujuk kepada pihak pendakwa raya.
Gana Batirau melalui akaun FB miliknya memuat naik satu status berhubung kejadian yang berlaku di kuil berkenaan dengan mendakwa Muslim Group atau kumpulan Islam menyerang kuil berkenaan sekaligus menjejaskan keharmonian kaum. Bagaimanapun beliau dipercayai menyunting status itu dengan menggantikan Muslim Group kepada Group of Gangsters atau kumpulan gangster beberapa jam kemudian berikutan kecaman pelbagai pihak. Kes Datin Seri Rosmah Mansor yang berdepan 17 pertuduhan membabitkan pengubahan wang haram berjumlah lebih 7 juta ringgit dan gagal mengemukakan penyata pendapatan kepada lembaga hasil dalam negeri dipindahkan ke Mahkamah Tinggi. Bekas Hakim Mahkamah Persekutuan yang dilantik menjadi Timbalan Pendakwa Raya, Datuk Seri Gopal Sri Ram memaklumkan Mahkamah Tinggi telah mengarahkan pertuduhan yang dihadapi isteri bekas Perdana Menteri itu dipindahkan. Ketika sebutan semula kes itu di hadapan Hakim Mahkamah Session Azura Alwi, Sri Ram turut memaklumkan pihak pendakwaan tidak mempunyai sebarang masalah untuk kes berkenaan didengar di Mahkamah Tinggi. Bagaimanapun tarikh sebutan kes berkenaan di Mahkamah Tinggi belum ditetapkan. 29 November lepas, Hakim Mahkamah Tinggi Muhammad Nazlan Muhammad Ghazali membenarkan permohonan Rosmah yang diwakili Peguam Datuk Gitan Ram Vincent untuk memindahkan kes itu daripada Mahkamah Session ke Mahkamah Tinggi. Pada 4 Oktober lepas, Rosmah mengaku tidak bersalah di Mahkamah Session Kuala Lumpur atas 12 pertuduhan melibatkan diri dalam pengubahan wang haram berjumlah RM7,97,750 dan 5 pertuduhan gagal menyerahkan penyata pendapatan kepada LHDN. Atas pertuduhan pengubahan wang haram, Rosmah didakwa mengikut Seksyen 4-1-A Akta Pencegahan Pengubahan Wang Haram, Pencegahan Pembiayaan Keganasan dan Hasil daripada Aktiviti Haram 2001 yang boleh dihukum menurut Seksyen 4-1 Akta sama. Seksyen itu memperuntukkan hukuman penjara maksimum 15 tahun dan juga boleh didenda tidak kurang 5 kali ganda nilai aktiviti haram atau RM5 juta mengikut mana lebih tinggi jika sabit kesalahan. Atas pertuduhan bersabit LHDN pula, Rosmah gagal mengemukakan penyata pendapatan seperti mana yang diperuntukkan Seksyen 77-1 Akta Cukai Pendapatan 1967 bagi tahun taksiran 2013 hingga 2017 kepada Ketua Pengarah Hasil Dalam Negeri pada atau sebelum 30 April 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017 dan 2018 dengan tiada sebab yang munasabah bertentangan dengan Seksyen 112 Akta sama. Semua caruman minimum majikan dan pekerja kepada Kumpulan Wang Simpanan Pekerja KWSP akan diselaras mengikut Perintah Gaji Minimum Pindaan 2018 sebanyak RM1,100 bagi Semenanjung Malaysia serta Sabah dan Sarawak bermula 1 Januari 2019. KWSP dalam satu kenyataan hari ini berkata menerusi langkah itu, caruman minimum RM264 dijangka diterima daripada